Hi, and welcome back to another episode of the 8-Bit Retro Refix. And on this week's episode, we're going to go to the Amiga Club. It's a Yorkshire Amiga Club meetup in Rochdale, and it's also Jaydon's birthday. Happy birthday, Jaydon.
Thank you.
So what makes you fancy coming with us and going to see this Amiga Club?
Well, I want to spend time more with you because I never really spend time with my family, and because also I want to learn more about all computers. I like them more than the new ones.
So is it primarily gaming that you're interested in, or is it coding that you're interested in at that, or is it just playing games?
Both of them really. I like gaming, but I also want to learn how to code and the new stuff. But it might be helpful to learn alt as well.
Yeah, it certainly will. I mean, if you're looking at the Commodore Basic, I mentioned this to you a little bit earlier on, it's very, very similar to today's basic programming and scripting, with slight different tweaks and stuff like that in the programming. So you can actually, once you learn one program, you can carry it to another system. So like you might have a little code where, I can't think off the top of my head, and you guys are probably going to go in the comments and go, "You're wrong!" And if you do, thank you very much. Put me right, will you? So some computers might say, "Go to line," and some computers might say go sub line, and things like that. I am wrong, to be fair, but little subtleties like that in the code between each machine and where it stores the memory and things like that in it. But I think this Retro Amiga Club thing is going to be really, really good. I mean, it's the first time I've ever been. I've never been to one of these meets before, and I just thought it'd be good just to get out there and meet some other YouTubers. Neil from Retro for You's coming, so we're going to get to see Neil a little bit later on. So, enough of us rambling on a little bit. Let's have a look at this Amiga Club. Yorkshire Amiga Group, the best place to be for the Amigas. So we rocked up in Rochdale. All looked pretty good outside. We bumped into some other YouTubers, and that was Neil from Retro for You and myself. There was lots of things there. I actually took my SX64 along for people to have a play around on. There was lots of other things there, obviously plenty of Amigas. So there were Amiga A1500 that they were taking a look at. There was CD32 set up with the keys for you to have a play around on the keyboard. There was lots of other things. There was Mike's Amiga 500 there, completely replica. Looks awesome in that crystal case. And then Jaydon and Deb had a little bit of a play on the projector screen. I think it was something like a Street Fighter or something like that. I don't know, to be fair. And there were other things. This guy does some absolutely fantastic stuff with the Amigas. It replaces the GoDrive instead of a GoTech. The GoDrive fits in there very, very well. It fits in, and you can keep your original drive in it as well, which is fantastic. And it moves a USB stick up onto the rotary switch with the OLED display on the top, which is awesome too. It also comes with a ribbon cable, so that can feed straight through the vents at the top of the Amigas, so you're not being destructive in any way. So yeah, check him out, absolutely fantastic stuff he does there. And then of course it was the end of the day where we had to pack up. We didn't finish just there, we carried on for a short while. We decided we were going to go down to an arcade club, and unfortunately it was booked up solid, no walk-ins. So we returned home, and Jaydon had carried on playing some of the 8-bit systems. We played on things like Centipede, that he remembered from Off the Pixels film, that I took him to see, and then he carried on playing some more games for a while. Can't be a bit of asteroids.
Everything that will
hard it work. So if you press your fire button, it'll take the soil out of the side of him. If you hold the fire button and move direction. Yeah? Instead of you munching it. And that's what I was trying to do, and it didn't work.
So you don't move.
There you go.
What's that shit called again? It's the Millennium Falcon. The best game, the game that I'm the best at so far that I've tried is still probably the best game. I'm probably the best at out of all of these. It looks so much cooler black and white than it. Damn, racing games are so weird.
So yeah, that was the Amiga Club. What did you reckon to it?
There was not as many people as I thought really, but it was pretty good.
It was a little bit quiet, wasn't it? I mean, I were expecting a lot more people, and I think they were as well, to be fair. But we have got bank holiday weekend next weekend, so maybe people are just holding back on the finances a bit more, you know, before coming out to these ones, or they might be waiting for one a bit closer in city, into Leeds, that's out on next time. But I really enjoyed it. I got to meet some good people. You met Neil from Retro For You. He's another one of the YouTube retro repairers in the group. And if you guys have not seen any of the other channels, have a look in the description. You'll find the links to all the guys in the YouTube retro repairers. And don't forget, coming this Sunday, we've got the live stream. It was supposed to be on Neil's channel, but unfortunately Neil can't make it due to family problems. So I'm going to cover that. So the next stream we do is going to be on my channel. And that should be on the 27th at 7:30. So check out, guys, and watch his live stream on that one. So yeah, it was nice to meet Neil. His cup's downstairs, unfortunately, but I'll show that on one of the other videos. He brought me a nice cup, and I dropped him a few bits and pieces off. And it was nice to see some of them other guys there and what they were doing with the systems. I thought they were really good. I can't remember the guy's name, but I will post a picture up of his card just up there, and you'll see it. So yeah, what he did is he had, I think called it a GoDrive or something like that, which were very similar to the GoTech, except for with the GoTech you've got the bit that goes on the top with the dialer, so you can select your files, and the LCD screen, you can get 3D print for that. But the differences with his is, when you put the GoTech in, or the GoDrive in, you can keep the disk drive in there, and there's a switch to switch between the two, so you've got best of both worlds. And also the USB port has moved from the side where the floppy disk drive is and comes up into the little convenient dialer at the top, so you can go in. So it's really good stuff, that. I might purchase one of them, and I might look at doing a video on one of them later on. So that were really good. And it was nice to meet the rest of the team there as well. So what games did you play on there?
I'm pretty sure I don't remember its name, but it was a fighting game, and then I played a Ghostbusters game. Yeah,
Yeah, we were on the SX64 that I took over there when we were playing on that.
That was fun. I enjoyed that one a lot.
Then you played in that arcade one, didn't you? What not a Street Fighter?
It wasn't Street Fighter, it was something else.
Something similar to Street Fighter, wasn't it? Wrestling game you played on SX as well, didn't you? There wasn't much else going on. There were a C16 there, there were a VIC-20, there were an Amiga 1500, there were quite a few bits and pieces of repairs going on, and just checking things out really, just showing off the bits and pieces. But yeah, we had a really good time. I probably would go to another one, but the next big one, which I'm going to take you to, which is the Blackpool Expo, which is on the 7th and 8th of October. If you've not seen that, guys, check the description, the link will be down for Blackpool Expo. It's absolutely fantastic. You pay one fee and you go in, and there's about 50 arcade machines that are all free. There's all these retro systems and things like that that are on hundreds of tables all over the place that you can just play for free. There's gaming tournaments there if you want to go on. There's developers that come and sit and talk to you about up and coming games, what they're making and releasing, and some of the games that they've already released in the past and all that they'll sit and have a chat to you about, which is really nice. And obviously there's a sell installs, and a bit later on you can disappear from there and go and play on the Blackpool rides as well if you want. I can see you running in the arcades there. But what do you want to go in the arcades for in Blackpool when they're all free at the expo? So that's it for this week, guys. As I said, thanks very much for watching. Do all the good stuff. Hit that, do this, do that, do the other. Of that cracking gear. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye!
Bye.